Hi guys, hi loves, hi babes, hi bitches. This video is going to hopefully be the start of a new chapter on my channel. I wanted to film kind of like a life update and also a get to know me, because I feel like there's people watching that probably don't know that much about me because I haven't shared as much about me in the past like year or so. And I thought before I would come back to YouTube I didn't leave, but okay, I didn't plan out what I was gonna say in this video because I wanted it to be very natural and organic, because that's how I used to always do it. Basically, the past year has been a roller coaster for me. If you've been watching my vlog, so much has happened, so much has changed. I mentally was really going through it. I'm finally getting to a point where I feel just really good again, and I kind of like have goals again, and I have a purpose, and I know what I'm working towards. And I've recently been trying to do a lot of decluttering in my apartment and like in my closet, and really just kind of letting go of a lot of old stuff. I don't know how much I will be telling you guys about the things that have happened in the past year or years, because it's my life has changed so much. It did a 180 in only like a few years, and trying to like manage that has been really hard, but also very amazing. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm going to pick some questions for my Instagram and my YouTube. I had you guys send in questions. I haven't picked anything out. I'm just gonna go in there and like pick a few, and I can always go back to them. So, because there were so many, but I just obviously can't answer them all in this video. Let's start out with a little get to know me. My name is Lisa. I am 23 years old. I live in the Netherlands. This is also where I'm from. I grew up here, I was born here, and I'm half Nigerian on my dad's side. I got some questions about this too, and I never talk about my dad because I don't have a relationship with him, and it's a very personal thing that I don't know if I'm ever gonna share it, but I just don't feel like I want to share that on the internet at the moment. But I do not have a relationship with my dad. My mom is literally like my best friend. If you watch back my old vlogs, I lived with my mom before I moved out, and I went from a small city near Amsterdam to moving to Rotterdam. I moved in 2020, and I actually moved with my, at the time, best friend. This is again something that I haven't shared too much about online, because I really think that certain personal stuff is like, I just don't want everyone to know my business, so I haven't really told everything about that situation online. But just to kind of sum that up, we just ended up like, it just ended up not working out, and it kind of ruined our friendship, and we ended up parting ways. And then I ended up finding this apartment last year in like September is when I moved in, and I've been living here on my own for about a year now. I got a puppy. His name is Blue. He's also just turned 1. So I love fashion. I used to put way more time into fashion, and I really enjoyed that, and it's what I'm currently trying to just get back into, find that like I have a passion. It's not that I'm trying to find the passion, but I'm trying to find that like spark. I'm continuously trying to find my style and like evolving as a person. But now that I'm 23, I'm like, okay, it would be nice if I kind of have my shit like in place by 25, and I know what the fuck I'm doing with my life. I have a lot of goals. I'm manifesting literally every day. Okay, aside from fashion, I also have been trying to get into fitness again. I used to work out pretty consistently. I think before COVID kind of became a thing, I was going to the gym like 5 days a week, and I was really loving that. And now I'm trying to find the passion again, and it's been going pretty well. So I will be sharing some of that on my channel as well, just within like vlogs. I also like beauty. I love doing my makeup, but I really don't do it that often. I would love to get more into fashion again for my channel. I kind of want to do a mix of everything because I just love everything. So starting in November, you can expect 2 videos a week on Wednesday and Sunday, and I'm kind of just going to do a mix of fashion, lifestyle, beauty, and then vlogs. And I just want to make sure that whatever I'm putting out is genuine and I'm really enjoying it. And even if it's not performing as well as maybe other content, I just want to make sure I'm having fun with it. Like in a way, I know exactly what kind of content I want to be making, and then in a way I kind of don't, but I'm just going with the flow. I would love to hear your guys' feedback and input always, as long as you're respectful and you're not being a rude ass bitch. But if there's any specific type of videos that you would like to see from me, aside from obviously the monthly vlogs that I'm doing, because those are going to be like a staple every month. You'll see what I've done the past month. But when it comes to fashion and lifestyle and beauty, I'd love to know what you guys would like to see from me. Even if it's something that maybe I did a few years back, I'm hoping I can still just continue to put out genuine content and show you how my life is evolving. My driver's exam is in December, so right now I'm really focused on working towards that so that I can get a car. I'm telling you guys right now, once I get a car, my life is going to change. Here's another fun fact about me. I am not a very social person. I can get social anxiety. I can cope with my social anxiety, but it's definitely a struggle for me, and it's a reason why I just kind of love being by myself and being at home. I have friends and I see friends occasionally. I don't show it in my content very much, which probably makes it seem like I don't see anyone at all ever. Yeah, I like just being by myself. I like doing things alone. I'm a very independent person, and that's also kind of the content that I put out, and hopefully I can inspire anyone that's watching, because if I can do it, so can you. Yeah, but when I have a car, my life is going to change because I will not have to walk the streets again. I won't have to take public transport. Like, it's not that I feel too good to do shit like that. It's just that if I didn't have to, my anxiety in my life would just be so much better. Like, I'm just excited, and I think I'll also just be able to get more creative when it comes to like my Instagram content. Follow me on my Instagram if you haven't yet. In my healthy era, in my exercising era, gym era, Pilates era, whatever. And yeah, there's some other things that I'm like manifesting and working on, but I'm gonna just keep them for myself for now. Once they get closer, once I've achieved them, like those are things I will be sharing with you guys. I think I'm just gonna get into the questions. All right, I'm gonna go to my Instagram. Actually, let me take a picture that I'm filming right now. Where do I start? Okay. I'm just gonna like randomly select them. Maybe I'll pick more questions and I'll answer them fast. So the one that I just picked: who do you leave blue with when you leave for a vacation? My mom. He stays with grandma. How's planning your brand going? Okay, so I've mentioned before that I really wanted to start a clothing brand, and I was actually looking into this earlier this year and kind of like trying to plan out how I was gonna start it, but I've decided to kind of just put it on hold because I think I have other priorities that I want to invest my money into at the moment, like a car, a house. I feel like those things are like just more important to me at the moment, and I want to just kind of develop my style more before I actually start a brand. So that's on hold for now. Are you still into fashion / styling as a career? So I'm hoping that with my content, I'll be able to just get more into fashion and use my love for styling in my content, because I love styling outfits. And sometimes I think what I struggle with is that I don't always like being the model. Like, I know that this job obviously is like, oh, you're like the center of attention, and it would make sense for me to want to be the model and to want to, you know, be the face. But I'm kind of like the opposite, and I would prefer to kind of be behind the camera, and I love to do the styling, but obviously because this is my job, like I'm the model. So yeah, I'm just trying to kind of use my love for styling within my content. Right now I'm really focused on having really good basics and like styling my basics, because I've always really been into that, and I just need to go back to my roots. It's just not all about trends for me. Like, I kind of just like the very basic and minimal shit. So yeah. Can we smoke a joint together one day? No. I'm actually very much trying to quit smoking weed, even though I'm not necessarily announcing that I've quit yet, because I definitely think it's going to be a journey. But I've already been smoking less, and I'm also very much focused on like what kind of weed I'm smoking, just so that I know how it's going to affect me. Oh my god, this is actually crazy that I'm seeing this question, and I actually wasn't going to talk about this at all, but because I'm seeing this question, I'm going to answer it. Okay. Do you still want to have a baby alone, or would you like to have a boyfriend or someone? So this is actually really funny, because the past few months, this is something I've brought up to my therapist, my friends and family around me. Not too many people, just like a few select people that I feel like I can talk to about this. And I'm not in a relationship. I date around, I talk, and I'm open, but I haven't found my person. And I've just like, this has literally been like the past few days that I've actually kind of decided on this, is that I'm not going to sit around and wait for like a man or wait for a partner to have a baby. So I definitely still want to get some things done before I make that step. You know, get the basic things that I want to have and that I think I need to have in order for me to even start that journey. But honestly, if I don't meet like someone, or I don't, you know, get into a relationship before I'm like fully ready to have a baby, I'm going to be doing it by myself. So it's just a little, just to put it out there, I'd rather not have like any male involved than have like a bum ass baby daddy. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very deep subject and I could go into this and talk so much about it, which I'm not going to do right now. But just know that that is definitely something I'm considering, and I just really want to be a mommy. So I'm trying to get myself to a point where I can be that. And yeah. Are you open to making new friends? I know you have your BFF Luca. With me, friendship is a very difficult thing. I've had so many friends over the years that I've lost for many different reasons, and not always saying that they were bad people or that it was their fault. Like, a lot of things can happen for you to lose a friendship, and I'm very, very picky with who I allow in my space and in my energy, because I just, first of all, I don't really want many friends. Like, I'm not craving to have like new friends. I think the only thing that I miss in my life right now is like a female like best friend that you can just share everything with, because we were friends for about like 6 years before we ended up like moving out and like the whole thing happened. So I think I do kind of miss that, and I would love to have that again, but I'm not necessarily like looking for new friends. I'm very much like, if I meet people, I'll meet you, and if we vibe, then we can be friends. But I'm not really out here like looking or planning to meet someone. And I think also finding that like female like best friend soulmate type of connection, that's just something that just happens. Like, I can't plan that. So whenever someone crosses paths with me and the connection is just good, then I'm always open to that. But I'm not necessarily like out here looking for friends. But Luca is literally like my soulmate. Luca's my for lifer. Luca's like the only person that knows like everything, and like I can just say anything to. We get each other, and he just brings out the best in me. Actually, not always the best. He makes me a bitch too sometimes. It's okay. Would you move again or try a new city? I love your video so much. Thank you. I definitely want to buy a house next year, so I'm hoping I can buy a house in Rotterdam, but they're fucking overpriced, okay? And I'm trying to actually like buy a nice house with room in it, okay? Like, not trying to buy anything too small. It needs to be bigger than what I currently have, obviously. But I also love this apartment, and I'm not in a rush to move out, but hopefully next year I can just find a beautiful home that maybe I can renovate, or that's already like perfectly how I want it. And hopefully it's in Rotterdam. If not, it'll probably be like in the area. But I'm not really planning on like moving far away, because obviously I also have my mom here. So as soon as I move out of this place, I'm going to do an apartment tour. I was actually thinking of doing one, like, but I think just for my safety and all of that, I think it's better if I film something like that when I move out of here, because I love interior and I love sharing that with you guys. But I think it's gonna have to wait. But once I do move, you already know there's gonna be a whole series, decorating, maybe renovating. Like, I forgot to say, interior and like decor and all of that is also definitely one of my passions. I just don't really make content around it much. Didn't you get a nose job? I want one, but I don't want to be judged. I just don't like my nose. So I never got a nose job. I did get filler in my nose bridge, and I had Botox right here, which helped prevent my nose from drooping when I smile. Like, it freezes that muscle, and so it's, I think they call it some type of like a lift, like nose tip lift, but it's not, it didn't really lift, it just like froze the muscle. I've had lip filler, which I want to get it dissolved and redone because it's gone a bit outside of my lip line, but I'm just trying to plan this out because I'm gonna have to get it dissolved probably like 2 or 3 times. But yeah, I've got lip filler, I've had under eye filler, and I've had Botox in my forehead, just preventative for like wrinkles, and I've had my boobs done, which I have videos on. I think that's all. I'm not as fake as you guys think I am, I promise. But yeah, no, I didn't get a nose job. I got filler, and I'm actually very happy that I did that. Please don't just get a nose job anywhere. If you do want to get it, like, please make sure you go to someone that actually has experience doing black noses, or at least like ethnic noses, and know how to make it look good, because you don't want to walk out with a botched nose. And that's the biggest reason why I never ended up getting a nose job, like a surgical one, because I just never found a surgeon that I felt like could do what I wanted. And so definitely be careful. I'm gonna go to YouTube and pick out 3 questions probably, because I've been filming for so long. I got 50 comments. Okay, I'll do the top comments maybe. I don't know. I love your music. Are you going to release new stuff anytime soon? Thank you. Honestly, I'm currently just seeing music as a hobby, because in therapy I was basically discussing how I felt like I didn't have any hobbies anymore, because any hobby I had was turned into some type of content or like some type of money-making tool. And with music, this has been something like I've been singing my whole life, and just want to do it when I feel inspired and when I'm having fun with it. So recently I like wrote a song and I ended up liking it. I put on my story, people liked it. I think I'm gonna go get it mixed. I don't know if I'm gonna release it. I'm just kind of like, whenever I feel like I want to write, I'm just gonna write, and if I have something to release, I'm gonna release it. But I'm not putting a timeline on it. I'm not putting any expectations, because I truly just want to have fun with it, and it's just not something I see like being my career. Like, I just don't think I would do that. How do you deal with criticism from the public in regards to your appearance? I know you talked on your Instagram about people commenting on your lips, but I just wanted to know if this was the first time you'd received negative comments about your looks, or if you have in the past, and how you deal with it. I think I've always had like little comments here and there, never anything too drastic. Obviously, when I started getting filler done, you're gonna have people that are against filler and are so worried about other people doing something to make themselves feel better. In general, I really don't need anyone telling me like, oh, I preferred your old lips, or like, oh, you got too much filler, because it's like, if I like the way I look, then your opinion doesn't matter at all. And like the fact that you even have to say it is like, what does that add? What value does that add? What's that gonna do to your life? You just sound more miserable and insecure because you're worried about someone else's looks. But one thing I always am is open about what I get done, and I'm never gonna sit here and pretend that something's real when it's not. And with my lips, I actually have never felt happier with my lips, which is why I also just don't care when people say they miss my old lips, because I look at my old lips and I'm like, I'm happy with the lips that I have now. And I used to hate the lips that I had, because you need to kind of put yourself in someone else's shoes and think about like, what if you had to see yourself on camera like almost every single day, and you're nitpicking every part of your face? You're gonna start growing insecurities, and insecurities that maybe weren't as big before can turn into bigger insecurities. And I'm always like, you know, if you can change something and it makes you feel better, go ahead. When I got my boobs done, that literally changed my life as well, and it made me feel so much more confident in my body and changed my whole relationship with myself. And even something like lip filler, that's been something that I've just gave me a lot more confidence, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I grew up being so fucking insecure. Like, most of my teenage years were spent obsessing over my looks and being like so extremely insecure, and never being able to like look at myself and like feel pretty. And now it's like the opposite. So even if other people are going to leave comments on it, if I don't see what you're saying, then it doesn't, like, I just don't care. So that's what I try to keep in mind. And you know, I get things done for me. I want to look at myself and feel good, and if I feel good, that's going to show, and then other people are going to see that you feel confident and you feel good. And then if they're a decent human being, they're not going to try to bring that down. Those are my thoughts about that. Okay, last question, and I'm seeing some really good questions in my YouTube tab, so I actually really want to do maybe like a part 2 of this. Let me know if you would want to see that. I could even do it in like a different setting, maybe make it a bit more cozy, we'll see. But the last thing I wanted to answer was, how do you cope with living alone, especially during the winter when you can't really go out as much and it's beginning to affect your mental health? I did a video on living alone a few months ago, I think. I don't even remember. Life's a blur, like, fuck. I am currently trying to figure out a nice routine that helps me deal with my seasonal depression. I think I'm somewhat figuring it out. But also, I'm hoping that getting a car will help with this, because that's going to like make me actually leave my house more, because I'm not gonna want to walk around in the rain and the snow. But if I have a car, I'm gonna beep beep, skirt skirt, wherever I want to fucking go, and I'm gonna be free. So hopefully that's how I'm gonna cope this winter, because last winter I was not coping. Oh my god, last winter I was probably like, I was just at such a low point. I was so miserable. I was so depressed, and it was also just like really bad timing, because I met someone while I was like at my lowest point, and then this person kind of like manipulated me in a way and like fucked with my head, and then I just kind of went in like a downward spiral. So hopefully this winter will do better. I also think like as soon as December hits, like getting the Christmas decoration out, that makes stuff so much more cozy, and it's really about creating the cozy vibes. I also love using my Philips Hue lights to create like pinkish, like warm tones, like sunset lights, with like all the lights around my living room or like in my bedroom, lighting candles. You have to really put in the work to make winter or fall and winter cozy. Like right now it's a rainy, gloomy day. It's gray, it's nasty. Let me know in the comments if you want to see part 2, if you want to see me answer more questions, because there's so much more to talk about and I feel like I have so much more shit to say. I can also maybe use some of these questions in like a get ready with me. Let me know whatever you guys would like to see. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram if you want to keep up with my day-to-day life, because I do post on my story pretty much every single day. And I also love like talking to you guys in DM, so you can DM me if you want to chat. I'll reply. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.